do you think this one's gonna be? Shorter one?
Maybe an hour. 15 minutes to an hour, I would say.
Okay. Is that Under the Sea?
It was.
Under the sea.
Yeah.
Sold Out, episode 18, with one of my best friends and one of our primary employees, head administrators, AD, Aiden.
Yep.
Give you the floor a little bit, brother, if you want to just introduce yourself, and yeah, we'll roll from there.
Cool. Yeah, my name's Aiden. Discord name is AD, so some of you may know me from there. Joined GFNF April 10th of 2020. So been with the group for over a year now. Started just as a member, helping out whenever I could, and slowly worked my way up.
Yeah.
So happy to be here, excited about it, and looking forward to the future.
Let's go, man. Yeah, super loyal friend. Like you said, day one. Technically, I mean, you joined a couple months after we launched, and made your presence felt and known in the group from the very beginning. So yeah, grateful to call you a friend. And this is the second or third time we got to hang out like this in person. And got the guy Vince over here with the bearded look, dude. No shave November.
Dude, I just remember when you joined the group, and I remember seeing you in questions. I was like, I want to get this guy on staff.
Yeah.
Now here we are.
Yeah, you were grinding in questions, just helping members, like helping your fellow
I thought it was so
members out.
cool that we could post and answer each other.
Yeah.
I thought that was like such a cool thing. I hadn't seen that in other groups.
It's really community driven. That's kind of like, we've got a lot of momentum. Members helping each other out, members
100%.
helping us out. Like info flowing, and as a group and community, it's a pretty powerful thing, man.
Definitely.
So yeah, happy to have you out. Figured you bring a cool perspective to the podcast.
Sure.
Should be a good episode here. We've got some pretty crazy stuff to talk about. I mean, obviously, the state of a lot of markets is changing drastically very fast in between every one of our episodes. It's crazy. One of the first big topics, kind of like pop culture topic that I wanted to talk, just happened recently, obviously, was the Astro World debacle, kind of what happened there. Obviously, rest in peace to anyone that was a victim of the circumstances, or victim of any type of injury or death at that event. It's a terrible tragedy and circumstance, and frankly some of the worst possible PR a guy like Travis Scott could ever get. His corporate stock was so high. Like, you think about the brands collaborating with him, it was like for everything from McDonald's to Disney to Fortnite to everything,
crazy,
and everyone wanted a piece of Travis Scott branding and collaboration. But yeah, and now even you have Nike and them pulling collabs and promotional pages. So yeah, that's crazy. I want to say the last thing I heard was there was like a giant lawsuit of multiple lawsuits totaling $2 billion.
Yeah, I think it's something like a class action one. Ton of people glomming on. I believe it's like Drake and Travis Scott are both being sued.
Yeah.
So it's a messy situation. I would imagine they've got some sort of consent form that you sign when you go to the festival.
Yeah.
In case something like this does tragically take place. But
for sure.
But yeah, man, it's crazy. Travis Scott was untouchable, right? Like he in the industry that we're in, especially, he was like the guy, right? Mm-hmm. Like he had a Dior collaboration. How are they going to put that out? It's crazy. It's crazy to think like, he's so pervasive in the culture, and now it's like, he's got this black mark on him.
Yeah, a massive one at that, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, as to the lawsuits themselves, a lot of people are memeing around talking like he's going to be broke now, or, oh, wow, I'm worth more than Travis Scott now, and stuff like that, which is, it's whatever. But obviously, like you said, I'm sure there had to have been some type of waiver form or consent, checkbox that they tick when they purchase their tickets to the show. And also, as far as liability is concerned, like, the venue is probably the one that hires the medical staff, sets up the medical tents and booths and whatnot. So there's definitely going to be some money that gets paid out in civil court from this whole thing. But I don't know if it would come directly from Travis or his team. My thoughts would be that he's going to be the last one that would actually have to pay out of pocket.
Yeah, I think Live Nation is the promotional group that put on the festival. So I would imagine they've got event insurance that will be able to probably cover some of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy.
And honestly, I mean, it was terrible. The videos of that night, the whole thing was bad. And I mean, frankly, like a stain to that whole like hype beast culture and whatnot.
For sure. And festival culture in general makes me
culture.
not want to go. Like,
I know.
It's dangerous out there, man.
It is. I don't know, Vince. What are your thoughts on the whole thing? I don't know if you.
I don't
kept
know
up.
enough about it to comment, to be honest.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tragic circumstance. No matter how you spin it, there's really no winners from the entire thing. It was just very, I don't know, shocking news, especially like, you know,
Yeah.
Brian, our partner, he had gone to like the last couple of Astro World festivals and was considering going to this one as well. And like on the last minute just ended up being too busy, couldn't make it. And now he's like, dang, probably a better thing.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely, man. And another concert news, Kanye and Drake not only settled whatever beef, but they're doing a concert together. So what are the circumstances? I know it's a charity event.
Yeah, it's a Free Larry Hoover charity event in Los Angeles, I believe, one night only in December.
In LA.
Yep.
In December? Mm-hmm. So like, and FYI, at the time of recording, this got announced like, you know, a day or two ago. Okay, so and they just announced the tickets go on sale like later today. I want to say, literally.
That's going to be huge.
When is it? December what?
I want to say the 9th, but I don't know that. I don't know that as fact.
And as far as like reselling, scalping the tickets, the rumor is that they're not going to be able to be on. They're probably not going to be listed on StubHub
exchanges.
Or any other big exchanges because it's a charity event.
Makes sense.
So yeah, it'll be. That's going to be a legendary show. I mean, this will probably be the only time ever, right? That they.
The last time I can think of was probably like Watch the Throne when they were doing that tour,
right?
With Jay-Z and Kanye, and then probably brought Drake with them on one stop, I believe.
But this should at least be the last time you would think that they'll ever perform together.
Who knows, man? Who knows?
The future holds.
It's crazy.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, as far as like tickets have been actually pretty profitable recently.
Yeah.
Event to it, just depending, if you're getting the actual right, targeting the right events.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk just general state of the industry. It's like sneakers, man. I just feel like there's a complete lack of demand. Even if there's a new shoe that drops, new silhouette that drops. You saw like Yeezy drop a new model without really any marketing or promotion, which is, that's a different conversation altogether. But yeah, the lack of demand, dude. I don't, you don't really see a lot of buzz around sneakers at all or many sneakers flipping. I don't know. Give you guys a floor on that one.
Yeah. I mean, I've always felt like, this past year, especially like sneakers have just become next to impossible to acquire, but they've also been never really resold for less money in terms of, the difficulty it is to actually get your hands on this stuff. So it's interesting. I think there's a lot of macro effects at play, certainly international effects at play in terms of the Asian market, which is a huge component of the sneaker industry in general.
Huge, yeah.
But yeah, the market is just really soft. You'll get those few models, those few collabs that really hit hard. But again, those are next to impossible to even acquire, like a Travis Scott collaboration or something like that. But yeah, it's tough out here for the guys that really go hard on the sneakers. I mean, to make consistent money, you've got to do crazy volume.
Yeah, they've got to adapt if they haven't. Yeah. I mean, that's why concert tickets are a good market to go into.
Yeah.
I mean, we have toys, cards, GPUs, vinyls. There's
Consoles,
all kinds of
everything,
different things.
Yeah.
So you can't just.
It almost feels like as the exclusive like luxury brands and flips like what are dying, more arbitrage opportunities present themselves. Obviously, there's some like again giant macroeconomic things with like supply chain and whatnot. So like luxury goods like sneakers and some like collectible sports cards might not have the surge in demand, but there's so many like regular day-to-day items or day-to-day like electronic goods or whatnot that people just simply can't get their hands on, and there's almost endless opportunity when you start expanding out like that.
For sure.
Even like, dude, I mean, we were talking about it yesterday. Amazon, people are absolutely crushing on.
It's really impressive.
Really impressive. The margins you can knock down on some of these things, like even back last summer, when pools were the really hot item.
Yeah.
There was all types of secondary things like that were much easier to get, like chlorine and pool pumps and little free weights and dumbbells where the margins weren't insane or even really that good on places like eBay or elsewhere. But if you had like a good standing Amazon store, you could do immense volume and great like 2x to 3x profit margins on all of those items.
Yeah.
But they're really strict, right? I don't have an Amazon store.
Yeah, so I know some of the guys that really kill Amazon. A lot of the arbitrage is had from buying items that are on clearance from places like Walmart or Home Depot.
Yeah.
Oftentimes even like drop shipping from Walmart, which is technically against Amazon's store seller policy.
Oh, okay.
So they're kind of living on the edge, you know, like drop shipping those items to the customers. Obviously, there's arbitrage, but at the same time, if you get caught, Amazon is going to clip your account.
So they don't allow any type of drop shipping as a seller?
Nope.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what everyone was doing too. Like I remember people were drop shipping a lot of the chlorine.
They expensive to ship items. It's just obviously more economical to you got to ship to them.
Maintain margins.
Yep.
Because if you're having to pay for shipping of a big item to your house and then to whatever buyer you end up getting,
you're losing.
That's
the
all
margin.
your profit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas if you can get the free shipping straight from the supplier directly to whoever purchases on Amazon, that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I should have asked Ace this because I know that he got banned. Like, no offense, brother, but I know my boy got banned from selling on.
He got banned for shipping like the wrong weights, I think, or something.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Or getting too many, or if he was
Like
shipping the
returns.
right stuff, he was getting too many returns.
Yeah.
Right. I was wondering about like.
Oh, and also he was selling stuff from Home Depot. He sold like 200 things he didn't have.
What?
They just source
Yeah.
them.
No way.
That's
Yeah, it
too
was
bad.
like some sort of weird, I don't even know, some sort of weird, like,
remember he was-
home improvement stuff
Oh, wow.
or something.
boy.
Yeah.
And then he just didn't have the, he didn't have it. I think he's been banned twice.
Free
if I'm
my
being
boy.
honest.
Damn.
Well, I was wondering. I was wondering if like it's possible to circumvent an Amazon ban or like get around it. Maybe not. But they probably get like
I
your
don't know.
social and everything to be.
Yeah,
Amazon.
they've gotta have
He's
your-
probably banned himself and his brothers at this point.
ban the whole
Everybody.
family. You're
Yeah.
probably banned.
I
Oh, man.
probably
Yeah.
am banned.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, dude. As far like the card market, it's really irregular right now because
Yeah, it's
you
tough.
have some players. Like for example, just a few months ago, I bought a like a Tom Brady rookie for like $4,000.
Yeah.
And it sold on auction a couple times, and the buyer didn't pay. They went from like $5,000 to $6,000, and then it just sold like a week and a half ago for over $8,000. So
That's
you have
amazing, yeah.
some cards that are still just full steam ahead. Some
Yeah.
collectible items that are still the market is strong. There's always a buyer when there's one listed. But
Yep.
in general, like a lot of like modern cards that were selling for like $15,000 or $20,000, like those comps are cut in half right now, if
Yeah.
not worse. It's very irregular. You'll see a card that's like worth $20,000 just go for $7,000 on an auction.
Right.
It seems like there's a limited amount of really high end buyers for these sports card products, especially the modern. The conversation around modern product is a big one because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's going to be a future for really any of it.
Modern product is so interesting because it's all speculation. You don't really have enough data to work off of in terms of evaluating it for the long term.
I know. Yeah.
So it's tough, right? Like you can sort of evaluate a Michael Jordan rookie card, for example, from recent sales, and
Yeah.
you can look back a couple of years and see how it's trended. But like we were talking this morning about like a Zion 1 of 1,
Yep.
how do you evaluate that? I mean, you have to
Exactly.
find the right buyer who's willing to pay the right price, and that's so subjective because there isn't enough data on him as a player in terms of his cards over a significant period of time for it to make sense.
Exactly. And the scarcity, I mean, it's just an illusion of scarcity because, yeah, it might be a Zion 1 of 1, but there might be 400 different Zion 1 of 1s
Exactly.
from different
Yeah.
product sets and whatnot. And what is the future market actually going to deem valuable?
Who knows? Yeah,
Who knows, man? Like, those are really speculative purchases, whereas, like, when you go with the vintage, even stuff like 90s, early 2000s, there's really determined the market knows how many of them are in circulation. The
Sure.
market knows how scarce they are, and there's a really determined value, and you can kind of see the charts trend in that way. So I don't know. As far as sports cards, man, I'm not buying anything
Yeah,
like
me either.
modern for slabs or anything of the sort. I've actually liquidated a good amount of my slabs
Yeah.
recently. Sealed wax is boned right now. It's
tough.
It's pretty rough. Yeah, even like the stuff that was selling for just commanding insane premiums a year ago, year and a half ago. Fanatics exclusive. I'm about Optic basketball, man. Like Optic is the creme de la creme.
That was so good.
Of
before.
Panini product lines. A lot of people, it's their favorite, even over Prism. On card autos and whatnot. It's just a really popular product.
Right.
And even Optic, you're barely squeezing out 2x on Optic basketball.
Yeah.
Which is like flashback a year, you're going 600 to 700% returns
You can't
on
even
something like
can't
that.
even compare it. Yeah, and we were talking earlier about the fact that they're just printing so many of these cards, like kabooms, for example,
Yeah.
which used to be such a desirable variation of a card.
Yep.
Right, and now you've got tons of them in every all over the place. They're all over. They're everywhere.
Everywhere.
And it just devalues, the people that are holding those.
I agree.
It sucks for them, but yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, the industry, like they call them SSPs, which is like super short print. So it'd be like downtowns and color blasts. They're actually not. I don't think printing a ton of color blasts yet, but that's one of my personal favorite inserts. I really like the color blast. Kabooms, downtowns. These are all like the hobbies found them to be some of their favorite new cards and products that Panini's released recently. And yeah, they're just printing the hell out of them, man. It's kind of like Select. Select was. It was a hobby-only product for years, and everyone loved it. Going back to 2013, hobby-only. So a Select, even a Select base card for a player would command like a really great value. People like the style of the cards, and then they turned it into the most highly printed retail product that they pushed out last year. So it just kind of it devalued the entire product line to a lot of collectors and investors and whatnot. So it doesn't help anyone, but. I mean, really, said a couple there's bigger economic forces at play with this, where someone who's unsure. I mean, they see the value of their car and their house and their real assets that that they need for the sustainment of their wealth or their to put food on the table. They see the prices of these things going up and down. Like not a lot of people are dropping 10,000, 20,000 on a sports card right now, just because it is like very uncertain times with like asset classes just going up and down, and people would rather be in crypto or maybe like a more like a market with a little bit more liquidity. That's one thing I've noticed. I mean, a lot of the card guys, they're just big collectors. They like rare stuff just like us, and they've adapted happily to the NFT and crypto space and whatnot. They're happy to put their money into something with a little more liquidity and transparency as far as the market, a little less like maybe corporate manipulation. Fanatics, man, they're changing all their policies recently too. Like they're not allowing returns, they're not allowing cancels.
Yeah, it's tough.
This is going to be the future standard bearer for the entire card market. They're going to be selling all the products themselves. So if they're really strict on, I mean, it's going to be tough. Who knows about profitable retail products from sports cards in 2026 when that day comes. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a totally different economic landscape.
Yeah, I know our members love Fanatics, or at least used to. It used to be a really easy site to get on and manually check out items that were in high demand with Apple Pay and whatever else. But it's tough. It's tough to make those calls about if they should be buying these things because it's no longer risk-free.
Exactly. No returns, no cancels, and just the lack of demand. It's getting weird. But consoles, I mean, that there's for everything that we've seen soften or whatnot, there's been other items that have either stayed strong with the aftermarket values and consistency, or kind of come to the light. Consoles have been something I remember, dude. Last year, that was literally this time last year, leading up to Thanksgiving, Black Friday time, there was all these like conversations and debates about how long PS5s were going to be profitable for. And I mean, I think the answer now, they're only getting harder to get for the average consumer. We're working up to Christmas. I think we're going to see some insane price spikes right before the holiday leading up to it. But, I could see us, I don't want to be too ambitious, but another year, 2 years.
Yeah.
When is there going to be enough for the average consumer? Sony has actually just announced that they're going to be producing less.
Fewer. Yeah.
Fewer.
It's crazy.
Pardon, but no. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. I don't know.
I remember when these consoles came out. Like I think it must have been last year, maybe even a year and a half ago. I pre-ordered like 15, and I thought that was too much, to be honest.
Right.
I was like,
people in our group were saying like people were stupid for doing.
They were clowning.
And I was telling them like they were so wrong.
I know.
Right.
Yeah. And I remember the release day they showed up. I had like 15 Walmart boxes.
It wasn't just a few people.
Yeah. 15 Walmart boxes showed up, and the market price was like $1,000 a console.
I think we talked about it on our podcast. We were talking about it when the pre-orders were here.
I think we
saying
did.
You should be buying them.
I do remember that. Because they were so easy.
It was.
Really
I said. I remember it was
so
basically like, when has there ever been a console around Christmas time that didn't sell?
Exactly.
Because we were doing pre-orders in November.
And that was in a normal economy, like
Yeah, and that way, exactly. That was what we were saying.
Yeah. Pre-COVID, pre-stimulus checks.
Consoles
everything.
are great. So yeah,
they're so
don't do cards, do consoles.
If you can.
Well, just like
Do other products.
shifting your focus to like items with higher ROI and
Yeah.
really putting your energy towards that.
The rack miners.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
those
rack
were so
miners.
good for us.
April, and
Oh,
now we
we-
had another
We
release.
dominated
That was
those.
amazing.
That was
Yeah.
amazing.
Anything, yeah.
You know, we have, but with that being said, like there's still culture around a lot of these different
For sure.
parts
Yeah,
of
for sure.
like these different collectible industries. Like we have a large chunk of our like friends, associates, members that they're like, hey, all I care about is cards. I like ripping, I like collecting, I love joining breaks, like wheeling and dealing, trade night culture is still
Yeah.
really prominent, and they're like, I don't want to be bothered with pings over anything else. I just want cards.
fair. No,
and
it's fair.
and that is fair. I respect that. I respect someone that knows what they're passionate about and just runs with
Yeah.
it. You know, yeah, I don't know. Just reminds me of that dude, like Card Collector too. Our friend Ryan over there. He's just passionate, you know, and he took the bull by the horns, ran with it his whole life, and he's made something immensely successful.
Shout out to him.
Even in a softer market like this, he's still just, you know, a standard bearer of success.
Definitely.
So, yeah, it's crazy. Consoles are one of the most frequently available opportunities too. GPUs are
Weekly.
sick. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it's easy to lump together GPUs and consoles in the same sentence, but they're really
The quantity you can acquire is night and day. For
Yeah, it's
consoles
way
with GPUs.
different.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, we have members hitting 60, 70 consoles a week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's life changing money. You're talking about
I know.
like $400 a console in
I know.
profit potentially.
like 20-30 grand in a week.
Yeah,
literally.
It's unbelievable.
Some of the pictures, these guys have crazy logistics. It's always
Yeah.
funny, like after a big console restock day, the next
Yeah.
day, like everyone, like the chat is just slower
It's a little
because
quiet.
everyone's driving
Yep.
around. You know, everyone's like, whipping around their whole state, picking up their consoles,
100%,
finessing
yeah.
managers. I had 6 consoles to the same target last week, and
So funny.
my buddy ended up, we worked something out for him to scoop them up for me, and
Yeah.
I don't think he was able to get all 6, but
It's interesting that Target is still doing their same in-store pickup method, while Walmart and Best Buy have changed to a more like paywalled model,
I know.
right? Like membership required.
Yeah.
Right.
It makes me think it's only a matter of time before Target realizes this is probably something they should pursue as well. We already saw them do that with Red Card exclusive products for cards and
push
everything
everyone
else.
to get red cards.
So, yeah, I think we'll eventually probably will see that. But for now, members are just making a killing.
yeah, the in-store
It's
pickup
amazing.
stuff's really nice.
Yeah.
I don't mind that at all either.
No, me either.
Dude, the demand are there a lot of good games out for PlayStation 5
You know,
at this
I don't
point?
believe there's too many. I know there was E3. They announced some cool ones. I think there's a Wolverine PlayStation 5 exclusive coming out.
Okay.
I know Xbox is really pushing hard with the Halo stuff.
Yeah.
And that's been amazing for members as well.
I
The
know.
Halo
Oh my
exclusive
goodness.
consoles and bundles. Even the controllers and the headsets. Like all of this stuff is flipping. It's unbelievable.
I know it's a crazy time right now. I'm personally just like flowing any of my profit into Bitcoin. That's where I'm at. As far as crypto, I think it's a good time to have liquidity. I want to like kind of Vince, if you want to talk general state of the crypto market, like
Yeah.
charts you're following, stuff like that. Yeah, whatever your thoughts are. What are you heaviest in right now?
What do you like? What do you
What do you like, man? Give us some alpha,
Bitcoin,
of course.
Yep.
Ethereum. I mean, I'm just right now though. A lot of people there's people saying, we're going to 100,000, but then there's people that I have a lot of trust in that are saying the opposite. So
Right.
I have de-risked, you could say, a bit.
Yep.
But still exposed.
Yeah.
I think long term I'm still super bullish. So
Yeah.
it's just about acquiring more.
For sure.
The NFT stuff obviously comes into play a bit right now, but overall the percentage of people in NFTs is like, a fart in the wind compared to what's in crypto.
Yeah, for real.
So just try. I think the people in NFTs honestly are, at least the big boys, are just trying to make more crypto.
Definitely.
So,
Yeah.
and that's what they did with the altcoins.
Yep.
And that's what they always do.
They
Yeah.
scalp,
So-
get good, scalp into those coins,
Pretty
get good
fast.
returns.
Pretty fast. Yeah, like, a day in the NFT market it feels like, a few weeks.
It really does,
So,
yeah.
It's insane.
yeah. Overall, though, yeah, of course, got to be bullish, especially with all the things going on in the world.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Seriously, you have what was it, like the Turkish dollar?
God.
Yeah, there's a lot of different like currencies that are like fiat currencies that are
That
just
chart
getting-
looked like an altcoin, man.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
unbelievable.
They're getting completely boned right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
USD is actually stronger than a lot of other fiat. So like on some charts, it looks like USD is actually like in a healthy spot.
Well, my brother claims we're gonna be. Everyone's saying it's inflation, hyperinflation. He says we're getting close to a point to where it's gonna be deflationary. I don't really understand why he claims that.
That's interesting.
But it is one of the reasons I've gotten out of some crypto. And I mean, I sold all my cards. People are just trying to find places to put
money.
investments.
Yeah, I think so.
Obviously, they're getting out of cardboard right now because you're very illiquid.
Yep.
So they're getting, I would assume, into things like crypto or just traditional stocks or things that
physical
I mean,
assets.
I look at cards and I'm like, gosh, these are just not it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just me, but obviously, there's guys that love cards, sure, but I'm more of like trying to figure out the way to like make my money make me more money. That's from like we were talking about some books. Richest Man in Babylon talks about making your money make you money, and so I'm not gonna get married to anything. So I've been just following what I think would be best.
And not to like toot our own horn too much, but I think that our adaptability in an industry sense to not get married to anything and just kind of without emotion, just transition from one exciting emergent market to the next without
cards to Christmas ornaments.
Without getting hung up on it.
Buy them. What I mean? People want them.
I know, exactly.
We're so lucky our members have a lot of trust in us to take that leap into these new or emerging markets.
I know.
We're always seeking out those new opportunities for everyone. And we're grateful that you guys are willing to take the plunge with us, because it's paid off in dividends for a lot of them.
It's powerful, man. Yeah, people have really just opened and I know my risk tolerance is way up, especially with NFTs and whatnot. I think the same is true for a lot of our members and staff. One thing I was gonna say in particular with I actually completely just lost my train of thought. Oh, I remember now. Altcoins. Have you? I have a good story that like there's no one better here to be talking about this than with Aiden. But yeah, have you played any altcoins recently? And were you into altcoins in 2017?
Yeah, I've said that before. That's why I'm not really doing them now.
Did you get burned or did you make money?
No, but I know that it's gonna be quicker this time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You had in 2017 when you were doing the altcoins,
ICOs and stuff. Yeah.
This is gonna go a lot quicker, I think.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like way quicker.
And these are.
And also the biggest reason I'm not doing them right now is when I was doing them in 2017. I would stay up till like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do that anymore.
It's pretty brutal.
You have to be watching all the time. No way.
And the launches of these altcoins now, I mean, a lot of them are memes. We know that. A lot of them are related to gaming, crypto, and in-game currency and things like that. But in 2017, they were more varied application, I would say. It was definitely a little bit different than it was today. And they actually had like longer term investment potential, I mean, a lot of the coins that ICO'd in 2017 are in the top 100 or top 50 today.
Yeah, well, they were actually like
they're actually doing
they
stuff.
Actually had some good tech behind them.
Yeah, they're not just a joke.
Yeah,
which leads you probably
like
to that.
Rayblox ICO'd. Rayblox is now Nano. I love that coin because it's so quick, the transaction speed, and it's so cheap. But it's like top 120 now.
Yeah.
But like, there's just plenty of those ICOs that are in the top 100 that I remember like when they released, they were like great. The tech behind them was like really great, and that's why they're in the top 100 still.
Exactly.
But then 99 out of 100 are gone.
Right.
So.
Yep.
There was a really awesome meme that I know I sent this to you, Vince, but it was basically like before Pancake Swap and after Pancake Swap, and before Pancake Swap it's like that Chad with the beard, and it's like, I will invest in Bitcoin and Ethereum and bless my next generation. And then it says after Pancake Swap, it's the guy with like the crazy hair and like super tired looking and stressed. He's like, I need to go 1,000x on my rocket token to make up for all my rug pulls.
Yeah.
It is.
It's ruthless out there, man.
It is ruthless, and like the meme culture, fork all these like forks and whatnot. It does kind of diminish from the real technical and the importance of decentralization and I don't know, that I wish there was more money just flowing directly into like BTC and the ones that are really going to change the world,
and that's another reason that I'm out of BTC a little bit, because like last time we had all these stupid altcoins soon followed the 2.5-3 year bear market. So.
Yeah, valid.
I think most people are playing these alts in an attempt to acquire more Ethereum or Bitcoin to swap back into it.
The problem now, though, is like it's hard to say that because of like what's going on around the world. It's so different than it was back then.
Right.
So like, while maybe the technicals and stuff and past things that occurred that might be similar, they led to a bear market. There's so much also like push towards cryptocurrencies and people who would want to be in them. I don't know. It's just right now I'm just kind of 50-50.
It's so hard, dude, because like I hear the guy, there's like obviously so many technicals at play, and there's a 4-year like halving or whatnot, but
Plan B stock to flow.
So there's a lot of like obviously charting methods that I believe that people much smarter and highly capable, much smarter than me and just highly capable guys are charting this stuff, and I know that there's a lot of truth to that, but like you said, there's a distrust in fiat right now. Like there's variables that were not at play in 2013 and 2017. Where people don't know where to put their money. People are scared. They don't trust their own savings accounts. They see their retirement account losing 20%, 30%, 40% of its spending power. You know what I mean? Savings accounts and retirement accounts that used to be able to afford like a couple houses and a couple cars, now they can afford one house, maybe. You know what I mean? It's just like the spending power is getting hit. So it's uncertain times. Like there could be like a mass exodus or a mass amount of cash flow into any of these currencies. It's really interesting. One of the alts that we got, I don't even know. I felt like a guru, but really it was just Aiden and I. It was all him.
It was so ridiculous, man. A late night, we were just in a phone call late at night, like 10 p.m. I think we were watching someone else's. We were in a Twitter space about some new NFT, I think, with Josh.
ENS.
ENS. It was ENS token,
Yeah, it was when the ENS airdrop happened. It was
That's
the day
such a
of the
crazy
ENS
thing,
airdrop.
man. That was so oh my gosh. People made life-changing money from that.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
We should
talk about that. Yeah,
we should summarize that. Let's talk about this first, though.
Okay, so let's go for it.
So basically, we're like all the buzz on Twitter and whatnot is ENS.
Yep.
Everyone's FOMOing or incredibly happy that they just made a big bag, seemingly for what felt like for free for a lot of people.
Right.
And then Aiden calls me. He's like, "We need to ape." He goes, and I quote, "We need to ape this shit right now." I should get the screenshot.
Yeah,
you should.
That'd be really funny. Yeah.
Because it's like, dude, GM coin. We need to ape this shit right now.
Yep.
And you had never even played an altcoin before this? Or
no, I had done it before with my buddy Joe. Had helped me figure out alts when I first started.
Yeah.
So I kind of had an idea of how to do it, but I was pretty rusty because the last time I actually was swapping on Uniswap was like 2017.
Right.
There was really no need. But yeah, we found this token on Twitter
3 hours after it launched.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Hours after it launched.
And it wasn't like the current state of the market where something launches and it flies up.
Yeah.
This was sort of just moving sideways. I thought it sounded cool. Obviously, the lore behind the GM, the abbreviation is like it stands for good morning.
Yeah.
That's what the crypto bros kind of tweet every single morning.
And that day, the founder of Solana got banned from Twitter.
Yeah, Raj.
Yeah, Raj. Someone said the whole GM thing in crypto is stupid, and then Raj responds, "I'll kill you," and he gets banned from Twitter.
Yeah.
So then there was like a whole GM movement that day, just like in memory of that, and he ended up getting his Twitter reinstated because obviously he was kidding, and he's a pretty powerful guy. But regardless, that's kind of what sparked the movement and what made people launch the coin that day, and it went. I personally went I put in 0.2 Ethereum and I got up to like 5 Ethereum.
Yeah, that was pretty unbelievable.
24K or something crazy.
Yeah, so funny. I mean, we tried swapping to it first. Both of us kind of forgot how to do it.
I wasn't gonna mention that part.
We didn't fix the slippage. We lost like 0.2 ETH each, I think, something crazy.
Yeah.
And then just like finally figured out how to do it, or remembered, I guess, and got in. Watch this thing go unbelievable. Calling each other every hour of the day. Like, do you see this movement? Like, whales just dumped.
High.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, the crazy thing about these altcoins is that these whales who own, maybe 1 or 2% of the supply can just dump it all out of nowhere, and you just get killed with a massive red candle. And Garrett and I are over here freaking out. And ultimately, Garrett, he actually got out. I'm actually still in. So. we'll see. I'm not getting out for anything less than life-changing money.
Yeah, Aiden's like pretty adamant on making like at least like a few $100,000.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see. But
yeah, if you're gonna,
God
like,
willing,
at this point,
yeah.
I've held through so much turmoil and thicks and thins that I might as well just keep holding it.
We'll see what happens.
I would love to re-enter it just to ride it out with you, man. That was special. That really was cool. And then we saw like all different types of forks of the same idea right afterwards. You know, it went from all like the dog coin meta, if you can even call it
the Shiba thing.
Yeah,
you know,
Shiba
everyone
thing,
saw that.
those.
The guy who had the, you know. What did he put in 8,000? He had like 4 billion. He couldn't pull it out or something insane, right?
It's like 5.6
so ridiculous.
billion, and he is pulling out.
Yeah.
Like, that guy is good for life.
Unbelievable.
But there's not obviously enough liquidity for him to pull out all of it.
He can't even do it.
Yeah, no chance. I wonder how much he'll actually be able to make, like as far as USD value.
I don't know.
When it's all said and done.
I think everyone got tired of tracking that story.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But really, just this new like their like acronym, you know, culture, like kind of a different type of meme coin where it's not Doge, Shiba, you know, Inu, blah blah blah, all these different dog
Kiba,
coin.
all that stuff.
Yeah, just a joke. So yeah, we saw different GM forks. We saw like a We Gonna Make It coin, like WGMI.
Yeah, IYKYK. Oh my gosh.
IYKYK. Don't want to talk about that one. Do you want to talk about
Good crush on that one.
WigMe? The We Gonna Make It. You know the story of this one. So it was. It was actually.
This is a cool one.
Yeah, it's super cool. It was like the day after, 2 days after GM popped. Everyone's making these different coins. So this one was We Gonna Make It. WGMI is the ticker, and the dev rugged. Rugged to zero, like the thing completely dumped.
Ran off with everything.
And ran off with everything, and it just was like flatlined, completely dead for like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
But then enough people were like, you know, just regular crypto Twitter people, a few influencers were like, let's revive this thing. They're like, we're 100%. We have the tech. We can see that it's 100% verifiable that this dev can't hurt the project anymore. He's out. You know, he's liquidated. So let's revive this thing like as a community, and it'll be like a beacon of hope. Like we're gonna make it.
I guess,
And I mean, what better coin to do that with than a We Gonna Make It coin? And they did it, man. People went like 100x or 1000x or whatever if they bought it like the very very bottom, like after
there was no indication that would ever come back, right? Like
I know it was flatlined.
Yeah, I guess the people were super overinvested. You know,
they
just had to make it succeed.
Dude, shout out to Hard Rock.
Oh my god.
Okay, I know this is Aiden's man. AD looks up to him as like kind of an inspiration.
Father figure.
Yeah, father figure.
Father
for sure.
figure.
Dude, it's so cool how like, you know, he's such a joke. He was on Tosh.0. Like, I mean, he had nothing really going for him, right? Like, besides, and now he's like the face of these crypto projects because people pay. I think it's like $35. We've done it like 3 or 4 times. We'll probably do it like 4 or 5 more. It's just funny. He just puts in so much effort. It's like
he really does.
It's cool. It's just cool.
I love to see the effort too, man. Yeah. It's cool to see passionate people, like even if they're passionate about stuff that I can't really understand,
or something that's so ridiculous, like, you know, acting like he's like the richest guy in the world.
I love
it's
it,
like
dude.
so funny.
I think it's hilarious.
It's cool.
Super long eyelashes.
I think people relate to him, you know, in some bizarre way.
I agree.
Yeah.
He just seems like a genuine dude.
Yeah,
like he
so
really
funny.
does.
We're talking about him.
You sent him a cameo. Oh man, what a great topic.
Yeah.
I mean, you sent him a cameo request. He'll like crank. And what's he have, like 24 or 48 hours to do it? And he
does it in like 15, 20 minutes.
He'll do it in 15, 20 minutes. He'll drop what he's doing and do your cameo. He should raise the price. Hard Rock Nick. Yeah. You're not gonna hear this, but raise your
maybe
price.
He will. Yeah, maybe he will. We'll send it to him.
I shouldn't undersell myself.
Raise the price.
Raise the price. I guarantee you, it's so good. People would pay $70.
Yeah, demand will be the same.
Demand will be the same, 100%.
Yeah, we'd pay it.
My favorite, we'd pay it. My favorite was when someone someone ratioed someone else on Twitter.
Oh my gosh.
Like basically, someone said some like douchey,
like quote tweeted
holier than thou crypto take, just a bad take, and someone literally just like copied and pasted it, sent it to Hard Rock Nick, and was like, cameo this, but yell the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then he did, and he just yelled
like,
the guy's
I'm a systems developer. We got to find the
I'm
tweet.
a systems developer, blah, blah,
so
blah.
funny.
Yeah, so good, man. Yeah, that guy's awesome. I just like seeing passionate people. The work, I don't know, it's funny.
Shout out to him, man.
He has become a real thing in like the crypto Twitter, NFT Twitter space. It's dope, dude.
Yeah, it is cool.
I really like it. Like, where the Island Boys failed, Hard Rock Nick succeeded.
Dude, the Island Boys walked so Hard Rock Nick could run, man.
Exactly.
For real.
Exactly. Yeah. No, you're right. 100%, man. NFT space, and I want to, okay.
Talk about ups and downs. Oh my gosh.
Ups and downs. So NFT space, like super, super hyper bullish, max amount of users and volume and daily traffic on OpenSea peaked in like mid-September,
Buy a project in the morning.
Mid-August.
Mid-August to early September was the peak.
The day
right?
it was the middle of August, and it declined ever since then.
You buy a project in the morning, by the evening you've doubled or tripled your money.
Basically,
it was
any
unbelievable.
mint. Any mint. Like there was just like fresh money flowing into any mint, any new project.
Yep.
Then we got to a place of like hypersaturation. So about a month ago, stuff started to feel bearish.
Yeah.
Like it started to really feel bearish. Even though the data showed a downtrend in volume and users and whatnot, I'd say about a month ago it started to you felt it. You're like, man, am I going to be catching a falling knife?
Am I holding these things and they're going to go to zero?
And they're going to go to zero? Yeah, and there was just a total lack of liquidity in a lot of projects. Dude, like mutants were selling, one every several hours, maybe just a few, like Bored Ape, 1 or 2 a day, if that. Just very
slow.
Very slow.
Obviously there's going to be those bullish projects in any market.
Yes.
But overall it was tough, right? Like you would list something at the floor, someone would undercut you, and before you know it, the floor is like 0.1 or 0.2 lower than it started.
And it was tough. This is when BTC and ETH hit their new all-time highs.
Yeah.
It was right in that same window is when stuff started to feel really rough because everyone was like, okay, I'm liquid. Bitcoin's about to run to 150K or whatever they were thinking. And a lot of people were just liquidating for way under what they entered at on their projects. And that was the sentiment. It was people were downtrodden for a couple weeks there, and then there was like a bull trap. It was like I kind of am just referring to it as like a bull trap, because you had a major pump with a ton of FOMO on a lot of big projects.
A lot of big names getting in. We saw Jimmy Fallon get an ape. We saw Post Malone buy some in a video.
But that was marketing. It was like a glorified Ponzi scheme for like
crazy.
it was like MoonPay, bro, and Bored Ape Yacht Club. Like they have so much capital. I guarantee you, they're putting apes in the hands of some of these people, 100%. Like,
so.
I guarantee it. It's not like little baby Post Malone. Like I'm sure they see other wealthy, successful people with Bored Apes, but a percentage of these, especially the ones that go through MoonPay, this is promotional. This is marketing stuff. Oh, shout out to CoffeeZilla. We saw this the other day. Post Malone and them. I don't even tell you this, but you saw the Weekend Post Malone music video where they had the Bored Apes in there and they had the MoonPay like subtle advertisement.
He buys an ape with his phone during a video. It's completely out of place and kind of odd, but
it was. It was a straight ad. It was
hashtag
ad, 100%. But they found there was it was like 150, 175 ETH, about 700,000 USD got paid from MoonPay to Post Malone's wallet. So that is, these are all a lot of these are endorsements and whatnot. And it felt like a bull trap, man. I just felt like there was just a lot of people that weren't even FOMOing in or buying into these super expensive projects months ago that were buying floor mutants for 8 Ethereum and It felt very dangerous and speculative and built on FOMO. Lo and behold, all the prices cooled off. Pardon if anyone heard that.
Now everyone did.
Yeah, there you go.
Lo and behold, dude. All right, we'll scrub that.
No,
keep it in. Keep it in.
It's getting scrubbed.
Don't want no scrub.
Lo and behold, everything's cooled off. All the projects, like Mutants were up at almost 84, now they're down to 5.8. Cool Cat, same story. Bored Ape, same story.
Doodle, same story. I mean, we saw them go to 4. I checked before this podcast. We're 2.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, 2.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everything softened just as quickly as everything was rising.
Yeah, there was never really an increase in users or anything.
That's it. It was like
We'll see what happens with Coinbase.
It's the same
and
people
everything.
buying and selling them.
But, literally, the same people flowing money through.
We'll see.
Coinbase NFT. That will be really interesting.
See how many users we get off of Coinbase.
Yeah.
Right.
Garrett can tell us because he's like number. He's like user number 1 by the time.
I'll let you guys
Web3.
know how Coinbase NFT is. I should get be the first one with access. to
like
it,
actually though.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I am there's a wait list of. I mean, at this point, when I joined it was 2.5 million people or something like that. But my referral code, I'm 200th on the wait list right now. So I'm gonna be one of the first people on Coinbase NFT. I saw someone with a good take though. They said there's 20,000, 30,000 active users on OpenSea.
Yep.
to pretend that there's 3 million people that are just dying to pour bags into NFTs,
it's not realistic,
but can't and won't figure out OpenSea. That is not a reality.
Yeah.
There might be a bunch of Coinbase users that want to see what it's all about and just get, but like as far as people that are going to be just, it's not like Coinbase adds NFT and then boom, you've got 1 million more people that now are like, finally I can buy a mutant. Finally I can spend 40,000 on a cool cat.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's not.
Those people are already here.
Yeah,
Those people are
but
already
you're
here.
forgetting that it's just more people that are going to hear another thing about NFTs, which is why I bought my first NFT anyways. Because I just continue to hear about NFTs.
No, I know.
And then it was like,
I'm not
oh,
saying
look,
that
I might as well go and figure out what
exposure
this
to that.
is. And
Yeah.
then I bought a Pudgy Penguin. I made good, I made money off of it. And
Yeah.
then you're hooked. So it's just another...
It's good.
It's just
It's
another
still bullish, but
piece of firewood into the, the system of, oh, I'm hearing about NFTs again. And it's from my Coinbase account.
yep.
Yeah.
I'm 40 years old and I'm hearing NFTs from Coinbase.
I think the
I agree.
most interesting thing for
So-
me will be like the guy who has like $1,000 in Litecoin in his
Yeah.
Coinbase can like buy an NFT by converting it, easily on the app. He doesn't have to deal with MetaMask. He doesn't have to deal with gas.
Yeah.
Like that's a cool thing
We'll
that I think
streamline
hopefully
that.
we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
I guess my sentiment, Vince, wasn't that. I mean, obviously, it's not a bad thing. It's just like it's silly to pretend that there's going to be just an overnight influx of cash flow
Yeah.
when this marketplace gets integrated. In my opinion, because anyone that really wants an NFT is going to just figure it out and buy an NFT.
We'll see. I mean, I think it'll have a pretty good impact.
Okay.
I think
Because of all the
institutionally,
people
but
in
perhaps.
Coinbase, and then people will start talking about it more, and then Twitter obviously will be once people
Yeah.
It seems like it's going to be released pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems
They'll
like
want to
really,
know what the verification is on people's profile pictures. So
Yeah.
Well, for Twitter, hopefully
We'll see.
that'll be really cool.
That's gonna be insane. And then Facebook changing their name to Meta. Like we know, regardless of the immediate future or uptrends, downtrends on any of these individual projects, like this is the earliest of early applications
Yeah.
for non-fungible tokens and their role in the metaverse, and crypto gaming is going to basically be like the next. Not even big thing. The next multi-billion-dollar.
Yeah, probably one of the biggest industries in the future. I
Oh
bet.
yeah, like look at the Axie
Infinities.
Axie Infinities are the
Yep.
always #1 in volume, bro. Imagine when it's Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
it has
or
like
Call
an
of
NFT
Duty.
integrated NFT
Or CS:GO,
collect-
even like anything like that.
any game
Yeah.
like that with a player,
With a user
like a
base of millions
RuneScape,
already. Yeah.
Like reviving RuneScape or World of Warcraft or Call of Duty, like any of these games with NFT, like
It's gonna be unbelievable.
aftermarkets
Yeah.
integration is going to be insane.
We've already seen some of those tokens for those coins run crazy numbers.
Yeah, you're giving alpha right now.
15, well, not too much.
A little hidden alpha. In
yeah,
there, yeah,
15, 20x. I mean, if you could find these coins that are part of these video games,
What, Vince?
could go
Nothing.
crazy.
What, bro?
I'm not giving anything.
Oh, I was
else away.
making fun of you because you don't know a thing about World of Warcraft.
Dude, yes I do. I'm just kidding. I know orcs.
I
know orcs.
Yeah,
I
I'm
played
kidding.
RuneScape when I was a kid. Did you play World of Warcraft?
Yeah,
What? I'm not allowed to say World
you're
of
not allowed to talk about it.
You had to hit a certain
Any
level.
self-respecting gamer knows they can't talk about
I
it.
only can talk
No,
about
I'm
games
kidding.
I played.
Yeah.
No, MW2.
So you can talk about Tetris and that's it.
Yeah, there you
Tetris,
go.
Pong, bro.
Well, this is our CS:GO guy. I mean,
Yeah.
we saw you over there.
That's true. Vince is
Steam doesn't like the NFT games.
I know.
but
got
that's
rid of
just
them.
because like they could literally just
Put their own
corner
token
that.
out.
I mean,
Yeah.
they could just make their Steam dollars into
Yeah.
a NFT.
They just
into
weren't
a
ready. I don't think
cryptocurrency.
they're probably doing it now.
right.
Yeah.
Facebook changing their name to Meta is crazy, and it really does speak to this is the future. Like there's Internet 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, right? Internet 1.0 was the framework. I send you money, you send me message. We communicate here. We send like data packets back
Yep.
and forth, right? Internet 2.0 was the social, like creating the social highways of the internet. Facebook, Twitter, all communications being funneled on to this Internet 2.0. Internet 3.0 is the tying together of all of it, like all society and transacting and communicating and feeling and loving and friendship, like being integrated into this space that is online. And yeah, it's happening. We are full.
Whether we like it or not.
Whether we like it or not. I mean, yeah, there's a conversation there about like our base humanity. Like people, it's tough, man. When you're not communicating with people like person to person, we lose a bit of ourselves. But regardless of any of that, like this is where we're going. All big tech will make sure of it. You know what I mean? That this is it's crazy. So I saw there's one really good follow, man. This guy is probably one of the biggest like proponents, preachers of just decentralized MetaVerse, Internet 3.0.
Are you gonna plug your Twitter right now?
Yeah, Garrett's kicks. Punk 6529. You know that guy?
I'm not sure.
Like it's every week.
Oh yeah,
massive...
that guy's really doesn't know what he's saying.
Oh God,
I'm kidding.
Okay, yeah, you're crazy. This guy is an amazing follow. Truly, yeah. Punk 6529, I want to say is his Twitter, and I can put it up on screen. But every week you'll see him put like giant threads, like of extremely detailed, well thought out technical analysis of different topics in the industry, like centralization versus decentralization. That's gonna be one of the biggest fights, man. People are selling, they're selling the decentralized nature of the industry down the river for profit right now. We're seeing it. We're seeing a industry that was once like highly decentralized in theory, in certain pockets especially. I don't know. Everything's becoming centralized.
Yeah.
It's so crazy, man. Even like the NFT space, OpenSea just makes it so like certain items just can never be traded again. But NFT applications, a lot of people are saying that like music NFTs are really going to change that entire industry that is music and production and whatnot. Imagine, like, Vince, what do you say, like, the first artist that's going to, if Kanye West were like, all right, this album, I'm only releasing 500,000 of it, and this is the token for it.
Yeah,
Boom.
I remember that.
Like
I told you that because that's what's going to happen. I'm a genius.
Ooh. Hey, visionary, man. You are in a lot of these markets.
They'll get all the royalties. They'll get all the money.
Yeah. You resell the album, imagine. Who knows?
And then you can resell the album.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, and then there's going to be a floor price for
the album to listen to.
And I'll sell them to Garrett because Garrett
will buy it.
Yeah, I'll be your exit liquidity, man. That'd be great. No, I think music NFTs, gaming NFTs, like real just like functional applications beyond just collectability and whatnot.
I mean, it's impossible to ignore the money flowing into the space.
I know.
So
billions and trillions of dollars from every big tech company.
These celebrities, it's just another way to monetize, and it could potentially even be the biggest. Yep. I mean, if they stop performing, who knows? Who's to say? Right, like you could get an NFT that gives you access to concerts or early access to music, or like, it's all about access, I think, and NFTs can do that.
Yeah, I know. I really think that centralization versus decentralization is going to be the fight for the next, 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. And
frankly, I think that we are going to keep chugging down this road towards a highly centralized reality of a lot of crypto and NFTs and MetaVerse. I think that Facebook is going to make sure of it. That's such a power play, man. Like to change, anyone, their ticker for Meta is going to be like MVRS, MetaVerse. So anyone that ever refers to the MetaVerse, like in the next century, they're going to be, they're going to be talking about Facebook, whether or not they like it. It's crazy, man. The one meme that I saw was so funny when Zuck did his little like keynote, like teaser video for Meta.
That video is so odd. Oh my gosh.
It's like, he like recreated like a scene from like Black Mirror or something like that. It's pretty crazy. But there was someone doctored one up. It's him like talking. It's like, and the quote is, "If you die in the metaverse, you die in real life," which is from Inception. If you die in the dream, you die in real life. Yeah, it's so funny, man. It's crazy, and it's making people talk about NFTs, regardless of any of the. Your any personal feelings about our reality being in the metaverse. There's a lot of money to be made as the entire world's economy comes to us. Frankly, the entire world is coming to us, and we're on the front lines of this new way of transacting and collecting and and communicating. So, yeah, wild. And there's a lot changing every day. The next time we are able to get together, I'm sure there's going to be, these markets are going to be fundamentally different. So
there's also a lot of money to be made if you can seek out these opportunities, right?
I know.
I mean, first to show, best dressed often is the winner. Yep. So if you could find those.
Exactly, man. Dude, that's about it for me from topics. I don't know if you guys have anything in closing that you wanna wrap up on, but no, it was good. AD, cool. Always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah,
awesome.
Looking forward next time we're together. Should be like a nice ski snowboard trip, something of the sort. So,
hell yeah.
My brother, good till next time.
Right.
You as
Thanks,
well.
guys.
Take it easy, guys. Thank you.
See ya.
Thank you guys for checking out our channel. For more podcasts, car breaks, and all things resale, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.